Good morning, sunshine. Welcome to Morning Inspiration with Friends with our host, Miss Inspiration. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe as you sit back and listen. Good morning. Good morning, friends. I am back. Yes, I took some time away. And we're going to have this honest, open conversation today. But I hope everyone had an amazing weekend. If you celebrated Valentine's Day, if not, I send you love. I too was solo by myself, and it wasn't bad. Jelly Bean is sick. So I was supposed to go to New York this week, but because he's not feeling good, I do not feel comfortable sending him to anyone's house when he is not feeling well, because I don't want anyone doing anything to my dog because he might make an accident or whatever. I don't have time for that. So, but I missed you all, and I will be honest. As 2025 was coming to a close, I was just like, is this channel, is Morning Inspiration with Friends, is it benefiting anyone? And that was a serious question I've been asking myself. And I want to say last week or the week before last, sat talking to God, and I'm just like, because like I have overhead for this. Like, I don't get paid for this. My YouTube channel is monetized, but I have not gotten paid out yet. If you guys know what that means, there's a threshold that you have to hit. So it's just been really frustrating. And it's like, yeah, you don't want to do things for money, but it's like getting up every day and doing this, it does become a lot challenging. And then when you're not sure if it's making an impact. So the last time I had that conversation with God was a week and a half ago. And literally after I spoke the prayer to God, a friend of mine sent the message. And this person actually does not be on social media a lot, but because my videos was coming up, now she was engaging. And so it just made me realize, like, take that pause, which I did. I took that pause. Try to get as much confirmation as to how to do this. I know that right before the new year came in, I altered the schedule to not go live 4 days a week, but only go live 3 days a week with 2 days of replays, because I do have enough content to do replays. And I'm even sorry that I didn't do replays for the last, 2 to 3 weeks, because of, I just, like I said, I would just wake up like literally 10 minutes before work and just get started. And that's not a good feeling as well. But I know there's other factors that is contributing to that. So, but yeah, so I wanted to talk about pausing without having to fully quit. And like I said, for me, in a pause, that should be like a time to get some data. Let me close this door. Right, we should get some data, some information whenever we're taking a pause. Because the pause is going to give you, like, this is where your nervous system is able to kind of reset, and you can figure out, like, is this something that I'm really supposed to do? Am I tired? Am I frustrated? Am I overcommitted? Or am I just growing? Right. So it's not really a sense of being defeated. And I think that for me, I was tired. And I was very overcommitted. So I'm still even trying to figure out the true format of what Morning Inspiration is going to really remain being, because it's a lot of commitment for that. On top of the fact that I also started to create content using UGC, user generated content, and in that I I put a lot of energy towards that. And I won't lie, it's because you do see the immediate gain. Um, and it's like, it's not for me, right? It's more so these brands, they need pictures, they need a video, you do it, you send it to them, and then you just move forward. Now there are some that have been posted on my social media because that's how it is set up with the different platforms. One day I'll talk about how I've been doing UGC on my YouTube channel. I talk about it quite often on, like, on my TikTok channel. So if you're following me, you see down below Miss Inspiration 25. You can go over there and you can watch some of my TikToks that I have done for different brands like Audi. I just did one for DoorDash. And then I've also done stuff for like Dr. Pearson Bump. And I just recently did one for a women's brand. So I've been doing that. So I have been doing something. I haven't just been like sitting around quiet, but I really just kind of like, this became the biggest pause because I was just too tired, right? Um, when we're quitting is so emotional. Quitting comes with sometimes being fast, being hasty, right? You just like, I can't do this. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. And then you just walk away. And you do it abruptly. So that's kind of why the pause came so abrupt because it was looking like quitting because it was super emotional, but I knew that I couldn't. But I had to literally, like I said, this last week, it was like, you're going to just be intentional, just pause. Just pause. Don't make no announcements. Don't post nothing. And that's why I didn't, because I was close. I was so close. I was close to writing that, posting on the community. Like, look, the playlist is going to still be there. We're just not going to be there. And, that's not what I really wanted because I know that this does help people. You just might not be here at 7 o'clock Central Time with me. And that's fine. I always say drop a comment so that I know that you were here, give me questions, and again, it's more so understanding how to communicate and articulate those things for people. So when you're pausing, it's typically very, very intentional. And when you're quitting, a lot of times we're quitting through emotions. And so I want us to realize that, instead of saying, I quit, I'm done, I can't do this, allow yourself to pause and say, you know what, let me reassess this. Let me go through, talking to God about it, getting feedback. And like sometimes the feedback will just come to you, as it did with one of my friends who just sent me this random message about 5 minutes after having that conversation with God. And then the last thing is just what is really sustainable, right? I think I was trying to go through a streak of just like, when I first started 21 days, and that's kind of like, it started the unhealthy obsession because I went 21 days, 7 days a week. It didn't matter Saturday, Sunday. I went 21 days. And then we just kind of went straight into that. And that unfortunately was not sustainable. So what I'm in the process of now is trying to figure out what is something, how can we do this? This is going to be sustainable. So Morning Inspiration with Friends could really just end up being like once or twice a week. And that just be it, because what is going to be sustainable between traveling, between the different works that I'm doing? I need to get back on my health journey, like fully, not just with the eating, but getting into the exercising because I'm back physical, right? I started teaching. I teach a class as needed, right? And it's not like a 14-hour week. I mean, a 14-week semester is not 10 hours a week, but I have to now physically be there. So that's also another layer and a new reality that has happened in the last month of my life. So I really want us to just get to a space of just saying, what is sustainable, right? We're not trying to break any records. We're not trying to go viral. We're just trying to be sustainable to provide inspiration. So I'm still reassessing this. Although I'm back, still reassessing and still trying to make a final healthy decision that's going to be beneficial to you out there and for myself as well, because this is a one woman show with one person who supports me after I do the lives. So until, if God was to bless me with a team and people were here and I had someone helping me with the production, then yeah, we could possibly do a little bit more. But until then, I'm going to still have to figure this out. So I'm not quitting, right? I am recalibrating. And if you've been falling off about something, maybe you don't need it to end, right? But maybe you just need to approach it in a different manner. And that's something that I think we all can probably relate to that in some capacity of our lives. So I want to encourage you, as I encourage myself, to go through this process and to continue to go through this process, to to not put so much pressure on yourself and not make quick decisions too fast, right? We don't always need to end it, but sometimes we need to just take a little pause. So I am going to ask you to pause with me as we continue to navigate this. But if this is something that is relatable to you and you know someone who's possibly going through similar situations as yourself, send them this message, send them this video, because this is going to also help them as they are navigating the next steps in their own lives. Because I know that's where I'm at right now in mine. So I am your girl, Tanisha Shanae. I am Miss Inspiration. I am back. Um, I will not be back live tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a replay. So I will be sticking to the last updated schedule, which was Monday, Wednesday, Friday lives, Tuesday, Thursdays replays. So we will continue with that schedule for now. But I will be back on Wednesday, especially now that I'm not traveling. I will be back on Wednesday so that I can be here to encourage and inspire you to go after the life that you truly deserve and that you desire for yourself. And I desire for you, right? I want you to have the life that you truly, truly, truly want, right? Nothing else. I just want what you want for you. Not what I have, but what you want for you. All right. So like, share, drop a comment below. I will see you back here live on Wednesday, but tomorrow look out for that throwback Thursday, that throwback message for tomorrow on Tuesday. I am your girl, Tanisha Shanae, Miss Inspiration.
Man, that was another great message, Tanisha. Listen, friends, if you are not watching Morning Inspiration with Friends with Tanisha, then you are missing out. Hit that subscribe button and even share with a friend, because this is the best way to start your morning. Check Tanisha out every Monday through Friday around 7 a.m. CT time. You will not be disappointed.